Predators are usually at the top of their respective food chain. But sometimes they encounter potential prey that botch their hunting plans. Join us as we look at 15 horrifying moments when predators messed with the wrong opponent. Buffalo versus lion. Lions often hunt Cape buffaloes, especially when they're on their own. But when the herd works together, lions are ineffective. In this video, 4 male lions must retreat when an entire herd of buffaloes decides to join forces and chase the lions. For many hours, wildlife enthusiasts have been following members of the Kambula pride on Mala Mala, expecting to see some lion-buffalo action. They had seen the lions the night before and had spent time watching them as they followed a large herd of buffalo. After spending some time investigating the area where the lions and buffalo were abandoned the previous evening, they were able to locate the enormous herd and were overjoyed to discover the lions were still around. They spent the entire morning following the lions and buffalo, witnessing a series of exciting but unsuccessful attempts by the lions, but it was action-packed to the max. It all came to a head when the lions came close to killing a buffalo bull, but the remainder of the herd rushed to help and Skittle bowled the lions away, not hesitating 1 second. What a spectacle of colossal proportions it was for the people present. Male lions are great hunters of big prey like buffaloes and giraffes because of their size and strength, but even for them, taking down an adult Cape buffalo is no walk in the park. The male lion in this video charges fearlessly at a buffalo herd, trying to pick out a weak buffalo, but the herd stays strong and repels the attacks. Both male and female buffaloes have heavy ridged horns that grow straight out from the head or curve downward and then up. The horns are formidable weapons against predators and are used when jostling for space within the herd. Males use the horns in fights for dominance. In fact, lions are often wary of attacking adult buffaloes, as they have powerful horns and can be aggressive in defending their young or herd. During this scuffle, if you watch carefully, one of the lions is gored by the buffalo. His entire left groin is ripped open as the feline slowly walks away from the encounter. This type of injury can be fatal for a lion, especially a lioness. Falcon versus seagull. A peregrine falcon stands on a dead seagull for a few seconds before it hops away with its prey. I don't know if the video was edited, but we now see the falcon without the seagull, standing on a wooden pole. In this video, a hawk of some kind is mangling a seagull that went looking for food in a parking lot. Instead of finding food, it turned into lunch for another bird. At the end of the video, the seagull almost looks like it is getting away, but I can't be sure. A man driving on the street sees a hawk attacking a seagull in the middle of the street, stops his car and watches as the seagull struggles to free itself. Another seagull bites the dust after a falcon attacked and killed it. The falcon stands on the dead seagull in the middle of a parking lot. During a heavy snowstorm, a falcon can be seen killing a seagull. I think it's time for the falcon to fly back home with its kill, before the seagull freezes. Bison versus dog. This pit bull goes head-to-head with a bison and finds out how hard the bison's head is when he collides with the massive animal and goes flying the other way. The dog runs back to his handler without thinking twice. This little dog decides to annoy a few bison that have no clue why the pesky little canine is running circles around him. If this dog isn't careful, he could be trampled and squashed by the large animals. The bison in this enclosure decides to chase a small dog until the dog senses the danger and runs under the gate of the enclosure so the animals don't crush him. A bison shows that he can run fast when he wants to, and as soon as he exits his shed, he gallops past a small dog to enjoy a day out in the sun. Eagle versus bear. When a mom and her cubs get too close to an eagle's nest, the tension builds as the birds of prey hover above Mama Bear's head, not appreciating her presence at all. She can be seen stuffing her snout into the nest, but I can't tell if she is eating the eaglets or if the nest is empty and she finds nothing. Meanwhile, the eagles don't seem to care. They just want the bears out of there. The bear in this video has no clue what hits it when a bald eagle comes swooping down and almost rips its eyes out. When you look at the video in slow motion, had the eagle planted its talons into the bear's eyes, it could have caused irreparable damage. The bear in this video was more aware of his environment and seems to know that there are eagles hovering above to possibly attack him. He makes a run for it on the side of a hill, as the birds of prey watch him from above. Camel versus horse. This camel tries biting this horse's butt, but the horse kicks back to keep the camel away. The camel doesn't insist and lets the horse walk away. Horses are large animals, but next to camels, they look small. Both horses and camels are large animals, and they also pack a strong punch. So which of the two animals do you think would win in a fight? These two are having some sort of small altercation when the horse jumps up to the camel, but not for very long. The camel pins the horse to the ground, and the fight looks more like a Greco-Roman style wrestling match than anything else. There doesn't seem to be too much animosity between the two animals until things get rough again and the camel eventually pins the horse to the ground before he lets him leave. What was harder to watch than the fight was all the white drool coming out of the camel's mouth. What was that's tough? This white horse takes on a camel and finds out soon enough it won't be a walk in the park. As soon as the horse advances towards the camel, the humped animal gets the message and becomes hostile by trying to bite the horse. The horse avoids being bitten and runs away. Wildebeest versus wild dog. Safari guests witnessed this unforgettable sighting of a wild dog pack trying to target a herd of wildebeests. This is a rare and awe-inspiring scene to see in action, because the African wild dog is a fascinating and unique predator, not to mention an endangered species. And their classic hunting method often involves them tiring out a particular animal or harassing a herd until it splits, making it easier for them to get at a vulnerable individual. It is evident in this video recorded by a guest that the wildebeest herd also displays their technique of creating a circle around the young members of the herd. Watch how the adults make an impenetrable unit before some individuals break away to charge at the predators. Wildebeests are large ungulates with a lot of power, so a pack of 8 wild dogs is not guaranteed to make a kill when they deal with a wildebeest adult. The dogs have surrounded the wildebeest, but he manages to keep them at bay while they strategize and try to figure out a way of attacking the animal. It's possible, but it won't be easy. When an adult wildebeest spots a few wild dogs congregating nearby, he mock charges them and it works. Only a few of dogs return to challenge the wildebeest, but he stands his ground. Once again, a small pack of wild dogs is challenged by a lone wildebeest trying to make the dogs leave. But they are stubborn and most probably hungry, so they stick around. Snake versus cat. When the cat in this video spots a snake all curled up in a garage, he stares at it for a few seconds and then jumps on it and bounces back out of there to run away. Meanwhile, the snake never moves. The house cat in this video got a little brave with this snake and avoided being bitten by the snake when it lunged at the feline to strike it. A second cat was next to him watching all the action, but not getting involved. This black and white cat finds a snake in the foliage, and when he sticks his head too close to the reptile, the snake shoots out to strike the feline, but misses. After some consideration, the cat leaves and doesn't risk being bitten. Here's a snake that is ready for battle after it spots a cat approaching it. The cat is cautious and tries striking the snake with his paws, but it's not convincing. The snake, ready for anything, stands his ground and doesn't flinch. Monitor lizard versus snake. It is not often you see these reptiles going at each other. This was a crazy sighting close to the Kunin River in Namibia, where a monitor lizard got the best of a good-sized African rock python. It looks like this monitor lizard isn't interested in any of these snakes. I say this because the second snake is being held by someone as if he's trying to force the lizard to bite it. But the lizard ignores the snake. A Malayan monitor lizard crushes a python in this video, and it doesn't look like the snake has any chance of fighting back or getting away. It's not an easy battle for the lizard, but it's a victory nonetheless. A large python tries to